Hey guys.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How is your day going today?
Ours is pretty good because this little one slept until 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, so the plan was to wake her up at 7 so that she could go for her first nap at 9:30, something like that. And get her on a sleep schedule where she was sleeping at 9, 12, and 3 and then going to bed around 6 or something like that. So I woke up at 7. I opened the blinds at about 7:10. She screamed until I closed the blinds and then promptly fell back asleep.
She's a good sleeper. I do like that she sleeps in because I like to sleep in, but, you know. So, in terms of how last night went, so as you guys saw in the last video, Cody put her to sleep because I felt like a terrible mom, and she went to bed. She did not wake up even once after that. It was amazing until we came to bed at midnight.
And then she became a very loud sleeper.
Well, so I changed her diaper and I fed her, and she fell back asleep in bed with us, and I was like, okay, I'm going to move her back to her crib. And so I moved her back to her crib, and she had woke up as I was moving her into the crib, which is fine because I was like, I want her to get used to self-soothing. And she really woke up and screamed, but the silver lining was she only did it for like 5 to 10 minutes, and Cody only got up once. And then he sang to her while we were in bed because her crib's right next to us over here.
Yeah.
So he sang to her, and she calmed down and fell asleep in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which was really good.
Now, part of that is not a spontaneous thing. I've kind of made a habit around singing to her, and periodically when she won't fall asleep in the car, I sing to her. So she's already kind of got that muscle memory built of like, Dad sings and I fall asleep.
Yeah.
So we were able to use that to advantage last night.
But it calmed her down enough that she was able to get herself to sleep the rest of the way, because when Cody stopped singing, I could still hear her moving around, sucking on her hands and slamming her legs on the crib and, hi.
Yeah, because I think that's part of, because babies aren't really capable of super complex thought. So she gets into this mode of like just on a panic loop of like, oh my God, everything is terrible. And if you're able to short that out sometimes, she kind of like reboots the perception and is like, oh, I'm in my bed and everything's fine and Mom and Dad are right there.
Yeah. So that was good. So it is now 10:30.
Yeah.
We're going to put her down for her next nap at 11. I'm going to try and feed her again right away here instead of feeding her
to fall asleep.
Like we did yesterday, because she was just so hungry again. Because she did eat just like, I don't know, an hour ago. But I'll try and feed her again now. That way she's got, 10 or 20 minutes before she goes down for her next nap. And she can do the self-soothing thing. So yeah.
Because I think one problem we're having with getting off of the feed to sleep is that when we feed her, when Valerie feeds her during the day, she gets really easily distracted and only eats a little bit.
Yeah.
And is hungry again almost immediately. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's at that phase where everything distracts her. She's like, who walked into the room? Who's making that noise? What's on the ceiling?
Yeah, and it's not even like one other thing grabs her attention. She's just like, she gets distracted by a distraction while she's in the middle of being distracted by something else. It's just like watching her eyes go around. It's like a ping pong ball. Just bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. So, this is day 3 of a week of sleep training. And we will see how this goes.
Yeah.
Alright, it is 11:01. I have fed the baby. She is getting cranky. Probably because it's her nap time. So as you can see, it's very bright in the room right now, so I'm going to close the curtains and everything and get it ready for bedtime. Nap time. All right, I've put her down, sound machine's on. Let the crying begin. Timer set for 5 minutes. Hopefully she falls asleep quickly, because it breaks my heart every time I gotta listen to her cry. All right, so 30 seconds before that 5-minute timer went off, she fell asleep. She cried right up until the point that she fell asleep, but she's asleep. And she did it in under 5 minutes on her own. So I would call that a success. Yay.
And one thing I wanted to add about the, you know, crying right up until she fell asleep. She was fussing, she was crying, she was making noise, but it was not the kind of god-awful, blood-curdling, heart-wrenching stuff that really gets to you. So I think she's getting more accustomed to it. I recall seeing in another YouTube video that about 3 days is what it takes for babies to begin building new habits. So maybe she's on the cusp of building the be quiet and go to sleep habit, which would be super fly because, I mean, 5 minutes is pretty awesome.
It is. That's amazing. So if you've been watching these videos, the first day we did this, it took her 24 minutes, 22 minutes, and then I think it was like 15 minutes or 14 minutes or something. And then the second day was pretty much a fail, but at bedtime it took, I think it was 10 minutes and then 5 minutes. And then today it's 5 minutes. So there's a trend of her sleep time getting shorter and shorter. So I really hope it continues. Somebody's finally awake. So we're gonna go wake her up. We put her down at about 10 after 11 and it's now 12:40.
Did you have a good nappy nap? No? No, it's not a good nap? She's so big.
She slept so good. She didn't even cry. It took her less than 5 minutes to go to sleep for that nap. That was her first nap of the day, from 11:09 to 12:40. So basically an hour and a half, which is pretty good. So her next nap will be about 2:30, 3 o'clock-ish, and we will see how that goes. I think she's trying to throw up on me right now. You're not going to puke on me, are you? She's got the hiccups. The hickey icky ups. Oh no. Alright, it is now, what time is it? 2:45. And I just fed her. And now I'm attempting to get her to sleep. So she's awake and fussing, not crying as of yet. Now she's crying. So I'm going to start the 5-minute timer and see how this goes. Alright, the 5-minute timer went off. She is still awake and fussing. So now Cody is going to go in there and tell her that he loves her and she's okay. And then we're going to set the 10-minute timer. So she's a little restless, but she is trying to go to sleep. And it looks like she's succeeding at it. Okay, so there's still 2 minutes left on the 10-minute timer that we set, and she's already been asleep for 2 minutes. So that means it took her, what, 6 minutes to fall asleep? Or I guess, well, 6 minutes plus a 5-minute timer, so 11 minutes this time. So I guess we'll see how long she naps for. She took her hour-and-a-half long nap this morning. That's pretty typical. The rest of her naps are usually 20 to 45 minutes. So we'll kind of wait it out and see how long she's down for. She's been asleep so far for about a half hour. She's starting to stir. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes and see if she stays asleep, if she goes back to sleep. I doubt she will because 30 minutes is typically as long as she'll nap. And she's looking pretty awake to me. But we shall see. Alright, I wouldn't say that she's like crying, but she definitely has no interest in sleeping. So I'm going to go and get her. And yeah. Half an hour nap. It's better than nothing. I'll take it. Last nap of the night is going about as well as you'd expect. I fed her and then gave her some avocado and sweet potato mixed with breast milk, because we're also starting her on solids. And then Cody went to put her down for a nap and she tried eating his nose, so he thinks that she's hungry. I'm hoping not, because she's had enough to eat. So, she's currently in there crying. We set a 5-minute timer. If she doesn't settle down at all within that 5 minutes, I'm just going to go in and feed her. And then we'll try this again, but I figure I'll give it 5 minutes first and see if she's crying because she is still hungry, or if she's just crying because we're trying to put her down for a nap. Look at that baby. Okay, admittedly that went a lot better than we thought it was going to. The 5-minute timer went off and she was still awake and fussing a little bit, but it looked like she was going to fall asleep. And so not even a minute after that timer went off, she fell asleep. So, she's been asleep for a couple minutes now. It's the last nap of the day, so I don't expect that she's going to nap very long. I would honestly be surprised if she slept longer than 20 minutes. But I'll take it. So she's going to have her nap, and then, what time is it right now? 6 o'clock? 6:05? So then we'll probably do bedtime and bath time around 7:30 and try to get her down to sleep at about 8 o'clock. So I would say so far today's been pretty successful. I guess we'll see how bedtime goes later. I know it's really bright out here, but it's been 30 minutes and she is awake and screaming. But 30 minutes for the last nap of the day is not bad. It's now 6:35, so we'll keep her up for a little bit, and then we're going to do bath time and give her a massage and get her into her jammies and then put her down for the night.
Well, the last attempted bedtime of the day is currently underway. Valerie has fed her, we've bathed her, we kissed her goodnight and put her in her crib.
5-minute timer's going.
So, yeah, and she squawked once just a little bit. She was already trying to put herself to sleep on the bed as we were getting up to like move her around. Yeah, she's kicking her legs and stuff right now, doing like she's doing. I think she's getting after it in a major league way.
So with any luck, she'll go to sleep on her own within this 5 minutes, but as always, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah. Okay, so the 5-minute timer went off, but baby is still awake. However, it's looking like she's just barely awake. Like, look at that. She's like pretty well out of it. She's fussing a little bit, trying to self-soothe, moving around every now and then. But, yeah, she's not screaming. She's not flailing. So I think we're just going to reset the timer and see what happens. Because as much as we want to reinforce during all this that, you know, we're there and she's still loved and stuff like that, it's also kind of counterproductive to go and have our presence wake her up while she's pretty much got it under control. So we're going to reset the timer and see what happens.
We did it.
She's in bed.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Took less than 10 minutes.
I'll be honest, I'm a little upset. As someone who has struggled with insomnia his entire life, even an infant can get it figured out, and somehow I can't.
She fell asleep in less than 10 minutes on her own with absolutely no crying.
Yeah.
She did not cry at all.
Yeah, she was talking and cooing and telling us stories and doing leg raises until she passed out, until she just wasn't awake anymore.
So I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I'll go here with this. I'll show you guys.
The YouTubes are in my hands now. I am in control.
Look at her sleeping.
Aww. Isn't she so cute? Oh, no, she's not sleeping yet. Almost. She's working on it.
I would say she's like 90 to 95% of the way there.
Yeah.
Like she's just been laying like that, eyes closed, not making any sounds, not crying.
She's faked us out a couple times in the last 10 minutes where we like look at the monitor and she's totally still, and just as I'm about to say, oh my god, she's asleep, like her arms and legs just start going nuts.
I think it's safe to say she's sleeping.
Yeah.
She's been dead quiet for like the last 6
If she's
months.
not sleeping now, she will be very shortly.
Yeah.
Certainly by the time this video airs.
So high five. We did it.
Yeah, we did.
So this concludes, what is this, day 3? Day 3.
Yes, this is the end of day whatever this is.
Day 3.
You know, it's still kind of quarantine. You know, Alberta's reopening slowly, but time is meaningless. Every day's Wednesday. I mean, it's just, you know. Anyway.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
And
you know, like it, subscribe it. Point people who have kids in the direction of these videos so they can see what it's all about. Yeah, if you like it, if you don't like it, and maybe we'll here, let me. Yeah, if you like it, and if you don't like it anyway, and maybe we'll improve. Who knows?
See you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.